Cloning is one of the most important things to know how to do. It's really the only way to guarantee to keep the exact same flower and expression that you had in the future generations. Why? Because a clone is exactly that. It's a copy of what you just had. It's not a seed, which has variation. It's a clone, an exact copy. And to take clones, if you've been watching this channel, you know that I use an aerocloner. Aerocloners make it simple and easy for cloning. Now, you may have seen my video about the TPTPT where I do crazy things like cut a plant in half and clone it in my aerocloner. Yes, that really actually worked. But I caught on to Spider Farmer. They've got an aerocloner. Well, it's their own thing. It actually comes with a light, and that's going to be handy. So I have a couple here. I'm going to try them out. But first, let's unbox it together, get the first impressions, and go through the setup. All right, let's go through this here. I already cut my tape. Open it up. And see the user manual sitting on top. That's always handy. It's one big thing. Yep, okay, one big thing. Which means it's probably already pretty much pre-assembled. Oof, take that off. Little bar fill out. This fill out. Well, maybe I should do that user manual thing. Let's try it. All right, I'm glad I did actually open the manual. The assembly itself looks pretty simple, but there's a lot of little things in here, which is cool. I didn't realize it came with so much, but this will give you the guide as to what they all are. But I take this off and yeah, you can start to see these are almost like your peat pellets, and here's the light that we're going to attach. We've got plugs, nutrients, water, measuring bottles for your plant food, more of the kind of nets, which I imagine that these go into. What is this? Another bottle for plant food. Oh, and your power cord. So let's figure out how to set this all up. Attaching the light is actually going to be very simple. This is really pretty simple. The metal thing, thick side, thinner side. Thick side goes down into the hole, and you'll see that there's an actual little tab here that you push, little knob. So you just simply put it down into the hole, push the tab so it slides in. You feel it click into place, and there you go. That's how you attach the light pole. And to attach the light, very similar. You've already got the end with the little tab here. Pretty self-explanatory which way it goes on. Just pop it down, snaps into place. That is how you attach the light. And now you can lower it, raise it, do whatever you need to do to match your clone's height. All right, so to get these working, you would take those nets things I said earlier. You're just basically gonna drop them into each of the empty holes here. And then what you would do is you would come back with these little plugs. You would cut your clone, you would put them in the plugs, you take your plugs, and you just drop them with your clone right into these holes. And they don't sit snug, they don't sit flush. There's room for air, water to get through there. We'll see how it works when we turn this thing on, but that is kind of how you get your clones in here. Now, yes, we will be taking clones, we will be running this, but for setup, that's how you do it. Now, a couple other things that this kit comes with, their little humidity dome. So if you're popping seeds, you can just put that right over top of your fresh started seed. Or if you're not going to be using all of the holes, it does actually come with handy little plugs, so you don't have to keep this many in there. You can plug up, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 of the holes, and there are a total of 12 here. All right, so I want to run through the buttons here real quick. This obviously is the power button. You'll see an indicator light here, but absolutely do not turn on any sort of aerocloner that does not have water in it yet, because if the pump runs without water, you could burn it out real quickly. So don't turn it on just yet. you got your timer over here. Now you'll see 4H, 8H, 12H, 16H. Yo, bro, it's just like 4H on steroid. No, actually what it is a timer. Like it says, 4 is for 4 hours on, 20 hours off, 8 hours on, 16 hours off, 12 on, 12 off, or 16 on and 8 off. Now, this is in reference to the light. This isn't in reference to the pump or the water at all. It is purely for the light. So, you know, typically for my clones, I'm going with the 16 on, 8 hours off. Yeah, that's probably what I would choose there. Really, I usually do it for 24 hours on. That's what I'm used to, but these are my options. We'll see if I can just keep it on. We'll find out. But I did mention this wasn't for the pump. The pump works every 30 minutes and stops after 30 minutes. Now, again, that's a little bit weird to me because I'm used to my pump running 24/7. Although it is a different style, this is using plugs instead of the bare roots or the bare, you know, stock like I typically put in my other aerocloner. But again, hey, we're gonna see how this works. That's the whole point of this. 2 more things though, veg and then flowers. You got your indicator lights up here. Keep it on veg because this is more for a spectrum for vegetative growth. It does have a spectrum for flowers, but you're not going to be flowering in a cloner, so come on, just leave it on veg. And if you push these buttons, you know, different times, you'll get 10%, 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%, or 100% strength. So that's what the buttons on the front do. And as kind of a crude demonstration of the difference between the veg and the flower light, you can kind of see here the bluish tint. I'm going to press it, yellow tint for flower, blue, yellow, blue, yellow. That's the difference between their veg and the flower light setting. Just keep it on veg. That's what your clones want. I'm getting ready to add water into the aerocloner here. And you know, if I read the manual, it has this cool little section here. You can add your water, nice and cute, but come on, whatever. You'll probably spill that way. I'm just gonna take this off, and I also need to do it for another reason, which you'll see in a second. But this, you know, you may feel a little bit of resistance. Just whoop, comes right off. You're good to go. And another reason why I wanted to make sure to take that off is because I need to add this little T-piece into the water pump here. Now, this isn't what I'm kind of used to, but this black part goes down into the hole there, hit it to the line, and then boom, that's how you put the pump in. Now, the kind of pump that I'm used to is something like this. It has multiple heads, multiple directions, spraying it psh, 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 all over the place and misting those bare stocks. So this looks definitely a little bit different. Like I said, we're gonna try it. Don't knock it till you try it. So we'll see how this little T thing works. But I've got that on there, and oh, there is kind of an adjustment too. There's a little switch over here where you can adjust the water volume. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say, the water volume. And speaking of water volume, the manual calls for specifically 5,000 milliliters of water, which is 22.5 cups or 180 ounces. I measured out exactly 5,000 milliliters of water. So let's see how high that goes. All right, that is pretty high. It's about 2 inches from the top. If I were to take one of my little nets here, put it into the top, and set the top down, as you can see, all right, so it is going to be sitting in water. I am really curious how this pump is going to work, how the water is going to splash, if it's going to bounce around. Like, I don't really know what it's going to do. So I'm trying to cover it with saran wrap and then turn it on just to see what it does. Flooding my tent may be one of them, but I'm in a tent, so we're good. All right, no electricals on the ground. All right, cool, we're good. Oh, that's not hardcore at all. It's just like a gentle trickle, kind of oxygenating the water. I could go raw dog right there. I don't even need the saran wrap. So that is what the pump is gonna look like. It's agitating the water. And again, these little pots with the plugs are gonna be sitting in this water. This cloner also came with some food that you add to the water. It's got an A and a B solution, got your A bottle, got your B bottle. Basically add this into here, add your water, shake it up. It gives you what is in here as far as the percentages. It also tells you how much to water and in what stage too. Or I mean add, sorry, not water, but how much nutrients to add in the different stages. To be perfectly honest though, I don't know where these came from. I don't really know what's in them. I'm gonna use my own nutrients, but thank you. Give them a shot. You know, I've cloned for many years with just pure water. So you don't always have to go adding stuff, but if you want to, this is here for you. Or if you have something that you normally use, go ahead and use that. Next thing is to put clones in here and to see how it works. That'll be another video though. Thanks for watching this. I am Chad Westport, chad.westport on Instagram, Chad Westport on YouTube, and coming soon, the new chadwestport.com, which will have my gear, shirts, merch, all of that fun stuff, plus an opportunity to find more videos and written articles. So, thanks for tuning in, keep learning, stay groovy, and party on!